Dyson and her Roscosmos crewmates aboard the Soyuz MS-25 spacecraft.
Well, Wi-Fi is not too good here.
22:30, I think Wi-Fi is not working very well here.
37 minutes.
Okay, we have time.
Well,
we'll be on time.
We'll make it on time.
The off-going station commander, Oleg Kononenko, again on your screen, will have completed a year-long expedition once he departs on the Soyuz MS-26-25 on September 23rd, along with Nikolai Chub and Tracy Dyson.
When are we going to perform 8.3? Later? Let me ask.
And then NASA astronaut Don Pettit and his crewmates, Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner, will spend approximately 6 months aboard the orbiting laboratory to conduct some scientific research as part of expeditions 71 and 72.
You will turn the comm assets off after you open the hatch.
After the hatch is open.
Okay.
Then you will come back after the conference.
Turn it back on. Yes, please make sure you don't forget about the
After the conference, you will come back and will deactivate the comm assets.
On our side, pressure is 750. That's in Soyuz. Copy.
And this is Pettit and Ovchinin's fourth spaceflight and Wagner's second. Pettit was selected as an astronaut by NASA in 1996, and across his 3 previous flights, Pettit served as the NASA Science Officer for Expedition 6 in 2003, and he operated the robotic arm for STS-126 in 2008, and then served as a flight engineer for Expeditions 30 and 31 in 2012, where he lived aboard the International Space Station for more than a year. Pettit's launch and docking today mirrors that of Roscosmos cosmonaut Alexander Gorbanov, who is scheduled to launch the station as part of the SpaceX Crew 9 Dragon later this month, providing a reciprocal crew exchange capability to maintain safe and continuous space station operations. Again, we are standing by for the opening of the Soyuz hatch to welcome the trio of astronauts, Pettit, Ovchinin, and Wagner aboard the International Space Station. The flight control team, as well as the crew aboard Soyuz and the International Space Station, are just working through some final steps and procedures to make sure the pressure is equalized on both sides before that final hatch can be opened.
We have 745. Well, the closer to the required number, the slower it comes. That's correct.
Да, нам надо дождаться какой величины, чтобы
Yes.
2 минуты выдержать. Какой величины, чтобы 2 минуты.
We need to wait for the value that would allow us to hold it for 2 minutes. That's exactly what we're doing.
Весело там у вас.
Oh, you're having fun, guys.
Мы скоро к вам присоединимся.
I will join you very soon.
Yeah, so
Well,
we are actually tired waiting
We
for
keep
you.
waiting.
У нас давление 745.
Our pressure is 745, and it's stable for the second minute.
Принято.
Copy.
Дождем еще минуту.
Waiting for 1 more minute.
Да, принято.
Copy.
Угу.
For those of you who are just joining us, we are standing by for the hatch opening and welcoming of the Soyuz MS-26 crew, comprised of NASA astronaut Don Pettit and his Roscosmos cosmonaut crewmates Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner. The trio launched atop the Soyuz 2.1A booster from Launch Pad 6, Site 31 in Baikonur earlier today at 11:23 a.m. Central, 12:23 p.m. Eastern. They then docked after a 2-orbit 3-hour transit at 2:32 p.m. Central, 3:32 p.m. Eastern.
Closing over there.
And since then, teams have been working through procedures to conduct leak checks and pressurization. And we're standing by for the hatch opening and welcoming of the newly arrived Soyuz MS-26 crew. Once the hatches are open between the newly arrived Soyuz and the International Space Station, Pettit, Ovchinin, and Wagner will be greeted by the space station's current commander, Oleg Kononenko, who you see there on your screen, along with his crewmates, Roscosmos cosmonauts Nikolai Chub and Alexander Grabenkin, along with NASA astronauts Tracy Dyson, Matt Dominic, Michael Barrett, Jeanette Epps, Sonny Williams, and Butch Wilmore, who comprise the Expedition 71 crew. They will then receive some congratulatory welcoming remarks from teams in Baikonur, along with the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow and the flight director here in Mission Control Houston. And now we see that Soyuz hatch beginning to open, standing by for crew to come on board. The hatch separating the International Space Station and Soyuz was opened at 4:58 p.m. Central, 5:58 p.m. Eastern to officially welcome the Soyuz MS-26 crew aboard the International Space Station.
Алексей, вы пока на связи находитесь, напомню вам, пункт 8.3 выполнить перед тем, как уйти в орбитальный блок.
Alexei, don't forget step 8.3.
And there's NASA astronaut Don Pettit flying in to the International Space Station on your screen now. And he was followed by Roscosmos cosmonaut Ivan Wagner. And coming up in the back is the Soyuz commander and Roscosmos cosmonaut Alexei Ovchinin. And there we go with the final of the trio aboard the Soyuz MS-26. The Soyuz commander for today, Alexei Ovchinin, being greeted by his Roscosmos crewmates. And with the crew officially aboard the International Space Station, they will go ahead and set up and stand by to receive some congratulatory welcoming remarks from the teams in Baikonur, as well as the Russian Mission Control Center in Koryov outside of Moscow, and then finally from the team here in Mission Control Houston, led by Flight Director Rick Hinfling. So to recap, the Soyuz MS-26 spacecraft carrying NASA astronaut Don Pettit and his Roscosmos crewmates Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner launched atop a Soyuz 2.1A booster from Launch Pad 6, Site 31 at the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan earlier today at 11:23 a.m. Central Time, 12:23 p.m. Eastern Time. All three stages operated as expected during an 8-minute 45-second ride to place Soyuz in its preliminary orbit. Following a short 2-orbit, 3-hour journey to the International Space Station, the spacecraft docked to the station's Rosviet module on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment at 2:32 p.m. Central, 3:32 p.m. Eastern, as the space station was flying 260 miles over central Ukraine.
One for Nikolai regarding TV
Since then, teams have worked through procedures to conduct leak checks and pressurization, and the hatches between Soyuz and the International Space Station were officially opened at 4:58 p.m. Central, 5:58 p.m. Eastern.
We will complete operations in the vehicle and we'll activate the camera.
Following hatch opening, Pettit, Ovchinin, and Wagner were greeted by the space station's current commander, Roscosmos cosmonaut Oleg Kononenko, along with his crewmates, Roscosmos cosmonauts Nikolai Chub and Alexander Grabenkin, along with NASA astronauts Tracy Dyson, Matt Dominic, Michael Barrett, Jeanette Epps, Sonny Williams, and Butch Wilmore. We are now standing by for them to receive some congratulatory welcoming remarks, which are expected in just a few minutes from now. We will hear those remarks from the teams in Baikonur, as well as the teams in the Mission Control Center just outside of Moscow, as well as Mission Control Houston.
Москва, Бурлак 1.
Moscow Station, I'm Burlak 1. Moscow Station, this is Burlak 1.
Сереж, я
Sergey,
выполняю пункт 8.
I'm performing step 8.3. I'm deactivating the comm in Soyuz vehicle. Copy, sounds good.
Работы очистки, они у тебя по работают.
Moscow Station on Space to Ground 1. Go ahead on Space to Ground 1.
Сереж, я хотел
Sergey, I wanted to clarify.
в бытовом отсеке блоки очистки работают.
In BO, we have purification units operating right now, so should we leave them as is? Yes, leave them as is, and please get ready for the PO event.
Я связь отключаю и потом отключу тогда блоки очистки.
Okay, so I will deactivate the purification units later, right?
Все, принято.
Yes, that's correct.
We are currently standing by for the welcoming remarks for the newly arrived Soyuz 26 crew, comprised of NASA astronaut Don Pettit and Roscosmos cosmonauts Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner. They recently flew aboard the International Space Station, with the hatch opening taking place at 4:58 p.m. Central, 5:58 p.m. Eastern.
Экипаж МКС по Москве в канале СГ-1 по ТВ-репортажу.
Station Moscow on SG1 for media event. Just a moment, Sergey.
Ждем.
Okay, we are waiting. Moscow, we activated the camera and we are gathering together.
Принято, да, вот сейчас что-то пытается пробить.
Copy. We are trying to get a signal from you. No, it's still off. We're just waiting for the people to gather. Okay, we are ready.
And we are continuing to stand by as the crew aboard the International Space Station is getting set up with a camera and mic for those welcoming remarks aboard the International Space Station to welcome the Soyuz MS-26 crew aboard and officially part of the Expedition 71 for a couple of weeks before Expedition 72 kicks off following the departure of the Soyuz MS-25.
Экипаж МКС Ступа Москва в канале СГ-1.
Station Moscow on SG1 for the media event.
Мы как будем готовы, мы выйдем, хорошо?
Sergey, as soon as we are ready, we'll call you.
Ага. И
Okay.
предупреждаем, что мы включаем электронный СМ.
And we just want to let you know that we'll activate electron system in the SM. Copy.
And the crew is now getting set up for those welcoming remarks, and we'll be standing by to hear those remarks from Baikonur, as well as the Russian Mission Control in Moscow and Mission Control Houston.
Moscow station, we are all gathered and we are ready. Copy. Okay, can you hear us? Yes, we can hear and see all of you. We just don't see Kolya. He's hiding over there. Moscow, we are ready. Station, good evening. This is Dmitry Kalashnikov from MCC Moscow. Greetings to you. Good evening. Greetings to all ISS crew from the Russian Flight Control team, and we're glad to see Alexei, Ivan, and Donald as part of your crew, and we're hoping for productive work during your half-year mission. Good afternoon. Thank you for these kind words. Thank you. We are going to have a handover now. You will be preparing for work, and Oleg Dmitrievich will be preparing for return. And you have a lot of people now on the station, and it's great to see you all. I wish you good luck, good training, and return back. Thanks a lot. And Svetlana Mironova wants to join me in these greetings. She is the lead flight director. Congratulations, Alexei, Ivan, and Donald on the arrival and beginning of the new expedition. We are glad to see you all and have a great evening. And I'm giving the mic to Glavny now. Thank you. I'm glad to hear you as well. I also wish you a great mission. Congratulations on your arrival, and hopefully you'll get all your objectives completed. And I'm giving the floor to Houston. Thank you, Sergey.
Station, this is Houston on Space Ground 1. On behalf of the entire team in MCC Houston, congratulations to Don, Alexei, and Ivan on their successful launch and return to the ISS, and in so doing, contributing to today's new record of having 19 humans in Earth orbit simultaneously. Godspeed to the newly expanded crew of Expedition 71.
Thanks very much for those great words. Expedition 71 has been a continuous adventure, and this is another part of that adventure that we've been looking forward to for a long time. It's great to get our guys up here and setting this record. It's just great to be up here for now. And I'm going to let Don say a few words here. And he's saying hello. He's home again.
Yeah, it's great to see Don back up there in his happy place. So station, please stand by for MCC Moscow.
Guys, congratulations again on your arrival. The event is over. Unless you have any words to say. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone. Great, and see you next time. You may deactivate the video.
Following a launch earlier today at 11:23 a.m. Central, 12:23 p.m. Eastern from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, that set the Soyuz MS-26 spacecraft up for its two-orbit, three-hour journey. NASA astronaut Don Pettit and his Roscosmos crewmates Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner have safely docked to the International Space Station's Rosviet module this afternoon at 2:32 p.m. Central, 3:32 p.m. Eastern. After a series of leak checks and pressurization, the hatches separating Soyuz from the space station were opened at 4:58 p.m. Central, 5:58 p.m. Eastern, and Pettit, Ovchinin, and Wagner were welcomed aboard by the Expedition 71 crew and just received some congratulatory welcoming remarks from teams on the ground. Now, with Soyuz MS-26 crew safely on board the International Space Station, we will go ahead and conclude our coverage for today. Again, thank you for joining us. This is Mission Control Houston.